On this episode of Project Racecar, we get to work stripping the interior ready for cage and paint and do a brake upgrade kit on the tow car. So we're back in the workshop here with the Civic. Now, you saw previously we started stripping it down. I was meant to beat all the sound deadening out of it.
Got a long way there.
Didn't get fully finished with that job. We've now picked up the roll cage though from AGI. Huge thanks to them for not only their support of Grassroots Motorsport, but helping us out, guiding us a bit on the way on what we wanted to do with this project. So what we're going to do is get the sound deadening out now, get the roll cage in, which will allow us to test fit our seat position, weld the rails in for that before we send it off to paint. So
pull the roll cage out and then get it out there for painting. Yeah. So it's going to look schmick when it's done. Yeah. Pretty keen to see how this all comes up.
Let's get into it, I guess.
So we've spoken a lot about how to prepare your race car for the track, but there's one thing that we kind of haven't touched on, but it is really important to the whole racing experience, and that is having a tow vehicle that's capable of getting you to and from the track. Now, we purchased the Blendline TV Amarok here specifically for that purpose, didn't we really? And it's been fantastic, but we have found a bit on the road that the braking system, because it's just the stock standard brakes in it, have left a bit to be desired.
The thing that a lot of people forget as well is you're not just towing a car and a car trailer, you're towing all your tools, your spare wheels, your fuel, all of that adds to the braking needs of the vehicle that's doing the towing. You're trying to stop a lot more weight than you regularly would. These cars are built to be able to stop themselves quite comfortably, but if you want to be able to stop your race car and all of the auxiliaries with it, you need something better, and that's where we've gone out and thanks to our mates at Bendix, have been able to source ourselves a four-wheel drive upgrade kit.
So the Bendix Ultimate four-wheel drive brake upgrade kit comes with rotors, pads, braided brake lines, and everything you need to upgrade your brakes to something a bit more performance focused than OEM standard. So we're going to put these in now, and then we're going to hit the road and do some testing and see just how good they are. Once we had the OEM rotors, pads and brake lines out of the Amarok, we could get started on putting the Bendix gear in. Beginning with the braided brake lines that Bendix have designed to provide an improved pedal feel. Next up was the slotted and dimpled Ultimate rotors, which are made to expel gases, dirt and water, followed by the Ultimate four-wheel drive pads with their blue titanium stripe technology, which eliminates the need to bed in the new brakes. Once the fronts were done, we got stuck into the rear drum brakes, and once that was all complete, all that was left to do was to bleed the brake lines and top up the brake fluid reservoir with some Bendix Heavy Duty Dot 4.
So the new brakes are on, the line's installed. We should have a lot better feel when we're towing now, and just for general driving as well. It should increase the capacity of the car. So last thing to do now is chuck the wheels on and go for a test drive.
As soon as we hit the road, we could feel the difference with the Bendix Ultimate four-wheel drive brake upgrade kit installed. Not only did the brake pedal feel much nicer and was noticeably firmer, but it was very obvious from the first time we hit the brakes that the stopping performance was greatly improved. Perfect for a vehicle that regularly tows a race car and all the associated gear.
So yeah, here back at the workshop, and just got to say huge thanks to all of our partners, Bosch Motorsport and Bendix, bringing us the upgrade kits there. Bosch Motorsport, of course, get on touch with them if you'd like to get anything for your race car. They'll point you in the right direction with all the best gear and electronics. That's why we're building this Civic here, to sort of show you guys what can be done. Now, thank you as well to everybody who's watching this video. Hopefully, if you love it, you could like and subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment as well, anything you'd like to ask us or anything you'd like us to look at in future episodes. We're gonna get cracking back into it now. Got a time to clean out the interior, get all the dusting done, vacuum it up, and then we'll get cracking with some thinners to be able to lift up all of that glue. Does this smell like sleepy nap time to you?
So
What do we got?
we got some thinners. We are told that thinners will get the residue of the sound deadening off. So let's just apply some there. I suppose we probably need to apply it and let it sit for a bit, I'm guessing. Wipe it over. Alright, let's get fumy.
Smells good in here.
We're getting high in a minute.
Oh yeah!
We've learned that thinners really does actually thin out the sound deadening, so convenient.
The other thing for everyone not to forget is make sure of ventilation. Hence why we got our biggest fan.
I mean, obviously we can't do this one outside because it's up on stands, got no engine, no way of turning it and stuff, so the fan is doing the job.
So we got part way through getting the sound deadening out, and we're on another trip to Bunnings, Trav.
Trip 2 to Bunnings.
Why are we headed to Bunnings this time?
We didn't buy enough thinners. Or paint scrapers, or paint brushes, or terps to wash up with.
Yeah.
So we literally bought about a quarter of the stuff that we actually needed to do the job. So
Turns out a litre of thinners and 3 or 4 rags
Don't
not
do the
quite
job.
enough.
Don't do it.
So stay tuned to Project Racecar for more handy tips. So while we were away at Bunnings, we left these rags soaked on this area of the floor just to see if soaking it for 20 minutes would actually help it bring up all the sound deadening glue. So we'll see what it looks like underneath. I think it's helped a bit actually. It's definitely loosened it. Look at that. So we've worked out a bit of a 3-pronged attack with it. First is put the rags down, cover them with thinners, let that soak everything up. The second then is to get there with the brush and the steel wool. You get the brush with a bit of thinners on it, and you can attack all these little individual spots that are left, and then you can see that's already lifted some bits up. And then once we go over with the steel wool, it just rubs it all away. Now, we're also not worried about this paint, because we're actually, the reason we're doing this of course is because we're going to get a full interior spray. So the idea is probably to lift as much as we can anyway. Yeah, so a big couple of days, Trav, trying to get the sound deadening out. We didn't get to get the roll cage in.
a half, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot longer than we thought it would be. Note to everybody out there, if you're planning to get sound deadening out of your car, probably allocate double the time than what you need.
Yeah, we definitely under budgeted time for that
Exactly.
one.
So
Didn't get to the roll cage.
no.
Didn't get to the seat mounts either. So they're on the to-do list still before we send it away for painting.
Yeah.
Learned a few things about removing sound deadening though, didn't we? Like
Absolutely.
I think when we do this down the track again, if we ever have to do this down the track again, I think we've learned a few little tips and tricks.
Yep. And it's almost ready for paint now, so it's pretty clean in there. And then in the next episode now, we'll get this roll cage in, mount the seat, and sort of show you all how we're going to go about that as we continue with Project Race Car Civic. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Bosch Motorsport provides technology for racing. Worldwide experience from all major categories of motorsport is in your race car when you use Bosch Motorsport components, ignition system, sensors, fuel delivery and high-end electronics. Bosch Motorsport brings race-proven quality and performance to your motorsport machine. Search for Bosch Motorsport Australia or find us at boschmotorsport.com.au. There's good, there's better, and then there's Bosch. Bosch Motorsport, when quality and performance matter.